If you're struggling with your pull-ups, I guarantee you're making at least one of these mistakes. Welcome back. My name is Dr. Mike and I'm a physical therapist providing tips on how to build strength and longevity with your body. Now, whether you're someone that is struggling to get your first pull-up, or maybe you're someone that has maybe 6 to 8 reps that you can do in a row, but just struggle to get any more, I guarantee you that you're probably making one of these mistakes. Today, we're gonna clarify the most common mistakes I see people make that is limiting them from achieving great success with the pull-up. Now, don't get me wrong, even though the pull-up exercise is one of the most foundational pulling exercises that many of us can do. We know the benefits of building back strength. We know how beneficial this can be because it's training so many different muscles. But let's be honest, it can be a difficult exercise for many people, especially if they can't hang with their body weight. So today, we're gonna go over specifically the setup, the hand placement, how you're supposed to be performing this exercise, so that even though you think you may have been performing this exercise correctly, I guarantee you, we're gonna teach you something new. Now, the first thing that we're gonna go over is hand grip. A mistake that people use commonly when they are grabbing the pull-up bar is that they are holding the pull-up bar only using their fingers. So you'll notice here that my knuckles are actually pointing backward, versus if I get my knuckles upward over the bar, my knuckles are now facing up towards the ceiling, and now my hand has been able to roll over the bar and I can have a good grip. So what you don't want to do is just hold on with your fingers, because as you're holding your entire body weight, your hands are going to want to slip away, and this is going to be difficult just setting up with this specific exercise. Now, the next mistake that we have in line is elbow placement. Now, what does that mean? Now, as I am using a pull-up bar, what some people will do is when they're hanging from the pull-up bar, they immediately just want to lift themselves up. And what happens, if you notice to my elbows, is my elbows are going outward. What this does is it puts my shoulder in a compromised position. We're getting into internal rotation of the shoulder. And this is a problem for people dealing with biceps tendonitis, any history of labral tears, shoulder problems. Your shoulders are not going to be happy with this position. In order to save your shoulders for this exercise, we're going to take our elbows, instead of pointing them outward, as we want to think about pointing them forward. Now, that may not feel like it's a lot, and on the camera it may not look like much, but I want you to think about really pulling those elbows forward as you're lifting your chin to the bar. The next mistake that we are going to talk about is lack of full body tension. Now, what that means is when people are hanging from the bar, immediately they just want to lift themselves up using their arm muscles and using the momentum of trying to kip themselves up over the bar. But we are missing a key piece if we are not focusing on full body tension. And what that means is that before we start to pull on that bar, that we want to focus on tightening up our core muscles and getting our feet actually slightly in front of us so that we can create full body tension. That means when I'm lifting up, not only am I just using my arms and my back muscles, but I'm also using my core muscles to assist me with this specific exercise. Now, the next mistake that I'm sure many of you have seen in the gym is partial range of motion. People are performing this exercise and they'll go all the way up and they think, okay, I'm finished with the rep if I get my chin to the bar, but then they go all the way down and they don't fully extend their elbows all the way at the bottom. So they lack the ability to get in that passive hang at the very bottom. That is the best position for stretching out your shoulders. Not only is the pull-up a great strengthening exercise, but it's so beneficial for shoulder health because of the amount of hanging that it does for the shoulder joint. So if you really want to maximize this exercise, not only just focus on your ability to get your chin above the bar at the top, but you should also focus on your ability to be able to open up your shoulders completely at the bottom and get a nice hang on the pull-up bar. Now, the last mistake that we're going to talk about is neglecting the neck posture. Many people forget about what's going on with the neck when we're doing a pull-up. Now, you can try this at home if you'd like, and you'll see that it makes actually a really big difference. So if you're doing a pull-up and you're focusing on looking up to the ceiling, or you might see people lifting their chin up, we call that neck extension. They're trying their best to really get their chest up and try to get their neck above the bar, but really that's causing a lot of stress in the neck. And most importantly, you're disengaging all the neck flexors and the muscles that help the core muscles work effectively. What you want to focus on is as you're pulling, you want to actually think about tucking that chin and really allowing yourself to get in a good neck alignment, a good posture of the neck. So as you pull, you'll feel yourself kind of come over the bar with your chin down. Not only will this be better for the neck, but also you're going to feel a lot of the core muscles of the front of the body working effectively. Now, if you found that you are making one of these mistakes yourself, please list in the comments which one of these tips helped you for today. In the meantime, appreciate you guys for watching. If you want more information on how to build strength and longevity with your body, please hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next one.